I thought it was just a normal Saturday morning. The sun was barely up, and I was nursing my third cup of coffee, scrolling through my phone while still wrapped in the blanket on the couch. It was supposed to be a quiet day, a rare day off in the middle of my hectic work schedule. Then the doorbell rang. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and tell us where you are listening. Your support means everything. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I figured it might just be the mailman or a delivery. But when I checked the peephole, I froze. It was my mom. For a second, I thought maybe she was here for one of those catching up talks she loved to drag out for hours. The ones where she'd ask about my life, despite my answers, still find a way to tell me I was doing it all wrong. We've always had a complicated relationship, but lately it had been more distant, not hostile, but distant. Still, I opened the door. "Hey, Mom. What's up?" I greeted her, trying to keep it casual. She was standing there with an oddly formal expression, her eyes sharper than I was used to seeing. Her hand gripped a folder, one of those thick, lawyer-like folders. It didn't take a genius to know something was off. "Hi, sweetie. Can we talk?" she asked, her voice stiff. I immediately got the feeling that this wasn't just a casual visit. "Sure, come in." I stepped aside, wondering if this was another one of her lectures about how I wasn't living my life the right way. But as she entered, her gaze moved straight to the couch, like she was scanning the place for something. There was this weird energy in the room, like she was mentally tallying the room, marking off items, judging my choices. I followed her inside, already feeling the tension building. We sat down, and she didn't waste any time. "I'm here because I need to talk to you about something serious." She placed the folder between us, her hand resting on top of it like she was trying to steady herself before unleashing whatever storm she'd been holding back. Okay. What's going on?" I leaned forward, trying to read her face. I wasn't sure if I was nervous or just confused. She took a deep breath and opened the folder with a sigh. I swear, she was milking the dramatic tension, making it worse than it needed to be. She pulled out a stack of papers and laid them down on the coffee table between us. "This is about the condo," she said, finally making direct eye contact. "I need you to understand that I'm doing this for the family." For a second, I couldn't process what she was saying. "Wait, what?" "Mom, what are you talking about?" She shuffled through the papers as if gathering her thoughts. Then she picked up the top sheet and handed it to me. I glanced at it, expecting it to be some paperwork about taxes or something minor. Instead, it was a legal document, a property deed. I stared at it for a second, then looked up at her, completely dumbfounded. "What is this?" "Those are the papers to the condo," she said, voice thick with something I couldn't place. "I'm officially transferring ownership back to me." I blinked. "Wait, what?" "Mom, this is my condo. I bought it. My name is on the deed. I paid for this place with my own money." She shook her head, a slight, sad smile tugging at her lips. "No, honey. It was always meant to be mine. You know I was going to help you, but you took it too far. You don't understand what you've done." I felt my heart drop. It was like everything I'd worked for, every long night, every extra shift, every moment I sacrificed, was being ripped away in front of me. You're serious?" I asked, voice barely a whisper. She nodded, her expression hardening. "I didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice. You've been stubborn, and now I'm taking back what was always mine to begin with. This place should have never been yours." There was a sickening feeling spreading through my chest. I felt dizzy, my fingers shaking slightly as I reached for the papers. But instead of finding a solution, I found myself staring down at legal jargon I didn't fully understand. I glanced up at her, trying to find anything that would show me this was some sick joke. But there was no twinkle of humor in her eyes. No hint of playfulness. She was dead serious. "This isn't real," I muttered, looking back at the deed in disbelief. "This can't be happening." But it was. It was all real. And the worst part was that I could tell she felt completely justified in what she was doing. Like this was some twisted, tough love act. "You don't need all of this," she said, gesturing around at my modest place. "You never did. I've been trying to get through to you. But you're so stubborn. You don't understand the importance of family." I didn't know what to say. The silence between us grew thick. It felt like every word I had ever said to defend myself, every time I had proudly told her that I could make it on my own, was being thrown back in my face. "Mom, this is my life. You don't get to just—" She cut me off, standing up now, pacing the room like she was in charge of some kind of business transaction. "You don't get it. I've been taking care of you your whole life. It's time for you to learn that family comes first. And you've lost sight of that. I'm just putting things back where they belong. This condo should have been in my name a long time ago. I was on the verge of losing it. How could she do this to me? After everything, after all the years of feeling like the outsider in the family. She was taking away the one thing I had worked so hard for, the only thing I could call my own." I could feel my chest tightening. "You can't do this," I said, my voice cracking a little. "You don't get to just take it from me. You don't get to walk in here with papers and claim it's yours. I paid for this with my own blood, sweat, and tears. I earned it. It's mine." She didn't seem to hear me. Or maybe she didn't care. She just kept moving, flipping through the papers like she was preparing for the next step in her grand plan. And then, just as I thought I couldn't get any more confused or furious, there was a knock on the door. I froze. For a second, I thought maybe Lucas had shown up. But when I opened the door, the last person I expected to see was standing there. Eliza. She was holding a set of keys, and a smug look on her face. And suddenly, it hit me like a freight train. I wasn't just fighting my mom. I was fighting all of them.